So MCP just dropped. For those of you who don't know, Model Context Protocol is something that Claude released. It's an open standard, and it's a way to allow your AI agents to connect directly to these MCP servers. And from there, you can do some pretty complex automations. For instance, in my case, I have an Airtable project management database. I'll show you what the interface looks like. This is how I track all the different clients, all the different tasks. And then from there, we can get it on a nice schedule and see where things are coming in the pipeline, and also be able to track the people on my team and where they're at with their tasks. Now, my issue is that I pretty much only take notes in this Notepad. I know it's old school. It's just how I like doing things. And with MCP, maybe I might switch to just speaking instead of actually taking the notes. But I wanted to see if I could take a picture out of my Notepad, upload it to Claude Desktop, and have it create actionable tasks for me to complete. So here we are in the Claude Desktop. I have this sample with 3 tasks. So we got standardize the inbound agent, switch from Fathom to Firefly, switch to Go High Level Calendar, and then answer a marketplace offer. So I just downloaded that. We're going to go ahead and attach it now. Can you please add these tasks to my Airtable project tracker? So now you can see it's actually hitting in MCP this create tasks record. There's the first one. Now it's creating the second one. Now it's creating the third one. All while I have some nice coffee, actually drinking a London Fog. So now you can see the first one was created. But now what's cool is if I actually come into my Airtable base, it actually did cut out because I'm on the free plan. But you could see for the tasks that it did hit, it standardized it added all the tasks. It added it to the to-do status with the assigned person and the different client that we're assigning that to. So that's extremely powerful, and it's fully multimodal. So if I wanted to talk to it and have it create tasks for me, it could do the exact same thing. And in today's video, we're going to be diving into how you can set this up for yourself and start utilizing MCP in your everyday life. Now, for this, we're going to be using Claude Desktop. We're going to be using N8N to make those connections, and we're going to be using Airtable as the example. This is my first deep dive into MCP. I have a ton of ideas around it the more I've been looking into it. And so let's get started into building this together. And if you are looking for this blueprint, along with many others, feel free to join our community, the No Code Nation. We're at 1.4K members, super active, and I look forward to seeing you in there. So the first thing we're going to be needing is Claude Desktop. Go ahead and download Claude Desktop just by clicking right here. Then this is going to pop up. Now, if you come into File, Settings, Developer, you click on Edit Config, you're going to get prompted with this folder. Now go ahead and edit this. And then we're going to paste in this specific code. So I'll drop this in the description below, or you can just pause the video and take a screenshot. But all we want to do is replace this webhook here with the webhook in the N8N MCP server trigger is going to give you. So all you'd have to do is grab this webhook right here, grab the production, copy it, head back in, and then we'll replace it just like that. Then you can go ahead, hit save, and then you activate this workflow too. So that way, when you do reopen your Claude, like let's say I were to add a calculator here, just as an example, and now we open up Claude. Had this not been active, we would not be able to see. If I click here, we can see we now have access to this calculator tool. All right, so now that you have your MCP connected, let's go ahead and add Airtable. So you will need to create that connection to Airtable. In my case, I've already done it. The way you would do it is to click here, go into the Builder Hub, Personal Access Tokens, create new token, give it a name, add all the scopes on this list. And then when you click Create Token, it'll give you access to that. Now, there are a couple different operations, right? There's get, search, we can update records, we can create records. So we're going to be using a mix of all 3. The first one we're going to add is search. We're going to look for project management, and we're going to be connecting it to the tasks module. We're going to want it to return all. And then in the output fields, we can specify the information that is worth pulling for us. So in my case, it would be task, maybe any additional notes, the status, who it's assigned to, who the client is, what's the deadline, maybe is overdue and is complete for tracking. So we have this all set up. So we'll name this something like search tasks. Now the next one's going to be creating tasks. So same thing, except this is going to be create or update. So task, any additional notes, we'll let the AI define that. These aren't really necessary. The status will be set to do because it's a new task. Assignee, we'll let the model define. The client will let the model define. The start time will always be now, although I'll switch that to an expression. Start, we'll let Duration, we don't need. The order, we don't need. There we go. So this should update. This will be our create task. And then our last one, if we hop into Airtable, we are going to set it to update. So in update, you will have to match on a specific column. We're going to be matching based on the column ID, and I'm going to test it out. If it doesn't work, I'll probably switch it over to matching based on task. So Airtable record ID, and we will add in a record ID field. So name it record ID. We'll copy this. We'll hit create field. And then same as before, we're going to have the task. I'm going to add descriptions for all of these as well. We can remove relevant files. Perfect. So now when we open up Cloud again, we should see, hey, now we have 4 tools that are available, right? We're now connected to Airtable. I should probably update this to update task instead. We'll hit save. We can remove the calculator, and now we can see our 3 tools right there. So perfect. So now let's try it. Create a new task in my Airtable for target dial to create content for this Friday. So now you can see it's working. You can see, okay, the deadline is going to be this Friday. The start time is today. And here's the additional notes with the task, the client, everything. So now it's going to go do that. So what's interesting here, guys, is it originally tried to create the task with my name, with my client ID. And then it realized like, hey, this is a drop-down field. It seems like assignee is a drop-down field with specific options. Kevin may not be available choice. So then it searched the entire database. It found the proper client. It found the proper assignee. But it looks like the drop-downs are what's causing it not to work. And it seems like the MCP Airtable drop-down portion doesn't always work. So we're going to switch this back. We have our search tasks right here. I'm going to switch this back to create tasks. Okay, and then I just switched out the client name and who it's assigned to with single line text values instead. Okay, so let's see if it works this time. Okay, guys, so I made one additional change here, which was my create tasks. I went and I removed the start and end date, as that seems to be what's causing that issue. And once I had done that, I was actually able to successfully update. So now you see in here, it's created the content for target dial, assigned it to that client name, who it's assigned to. This is just the start of me using MCP. There's going to be a lot more of MCP on the channel, and you'll be able to find this automation, and you'll be able to find this Airtable along with the N8N automation in our community. So I look forward to seeing you there. With that being said, I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll catch you on the next one.